Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing details. Today, we are discussing a late transitional Rolex Oyster Perpetual Day-Date Tridor. This is the 18039, primarily in white gold, but we'll get to that in a moment. It features an Italian language calendar, an original tritium dial, and fundamentally this is a 36mm white gold day-date of the single quickset generation that debuted in 1977 and was discontinued after 1987. This watch, with a serial number of approximately 9.3 million, is a 1987 model. So let's talk about the basics. When the single quickset day-date debuted, a new option was created based on the white gold day-date model, the Tridor, literally 3 golds with co-molded center links on the President bracelet that featured in the center white gold, flanked by yellow gold, flanked by rose. These aren't mechanically connected. They are co-molded with a beautiful arrow straight alignment, an extraordinary statement of ambition in metallurgy and Rolex's competence in it. This is an incredible timepiece, and it's an easy one to wear. 36 millimeters in diameter, 12.5 millimeters thick from lug tip to lug tip, just the case. The span across the wrist is 43.8 millimeters, and if you include the end links of the President bracelet, then the total distance across the wrist is 47.2 with a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. My wrist is 16 centimeters in circumference, and you can see the watch wears beautifully. It is a unisex option, as it'll fit on male and female wrists. It is the ultimate power watch, as it's often nicknamed the Rolex President or Presidential, on the basis of its illustrious, famous, and sometimes infamous previous owners. It's flat enough and with a sloped bezel, easily shaped to slide underneath the cuff, and you can see just how narrow it is across the wrist from side to side. When the original Day-Date came out in 1956, it was born with this bracelet. Now, while the watch is often nicknamed the President, it is properly the Day-Date. The bracelet, on the other hand, is the Rolex President. And you can see it's a 3-link design with conforming end link. You can see here solid end link, solid center links. The President bracelet was far ahead of the rest of the Rolex catalog in standardizing those two features. So even a mid-1980s and late 80s President bracelet is going to feel like a modern Rolex bracelet in the hand, whereas Oysters and Jubilees from this period feel ropey with a lot of play and rattle. Appreciate that there are removable links fixed by screws, so that's how you size it. And it has a lot of the structural integrity of the 3-link Oyster Sports bracelet with the short cross-section souplesse of the Jubilee, so it's the best of both worlds. Single fold deployant, snap shut, friction fit with a crown clasp, famous for indicating the partition point between the two sides of the bracelet, otherwise it is seamless. The case is gorgeous. You can see a sharp break between the satin-finished lug hoods and the polished case flanks, and that was a feature for many years up until the 2nd generation double quickset, so this is period correct to have the satination on the lug hoods and the polish on the case flank. Take a quick look at the lugs themselves. You can see that the break between polish and satin here is sharp as it's supposed to be, and the lugs are neither dented nor diminished. We have a twin lock crown in gold, screw down, originally rated for 100 meters water resistant. You know it's a twin lock in gold because it has the 2 dots. The case is awesome. The bracelet is awesome. The dial is awesome. The only feature of the watch that shows evidence of age is the bezel, which is fluted yellow gold and shows some evidence of wear over time. This can be a service item if so desired. The case, the dial, the bracelet, that's the money with a vintage Rolex. This not being a Bakelite bezel GMT, the bezel is more of a service item that could be refreshed with a new one if you wish down the line, or you could wear it just like this and it would look fantastic. Of course, here we have a sapphire crystal with a sapphire cyclops eye, black lacquered dial base with gold and gilt style printing. We have yellow gold Rolex crown, indices, and baton style hands. And the dial is original factory tritium. Let me make a quick distinction between the original factory tritium dial and the service replacement Luminova hands that were added at some point. So the watch does have both. The money, again, is in the dial, as hands are often a service replacement item through the years. The watch has lovely matching gold metallic discs for the day and the date, and it is an Italian language calendar. Lovely serif intensive font with open 6s and 9s used for the date, and it is a single quick set. This was the great innovation that arrived in 1977, the ability to quick set the date. A double quick set wouldn't arrive until 1988, and this would have been one of the last of the single quick sets. The dial is immaculate, spotless, and thanks to the presence of the tritium, has a lovely patina that's developing as the indices themselves turn more and more the color of the actual gold applique. Taking a quick look at the reverse side, there's not much to see underneath a solid case back. It is a Rolex Oyster case after all. You can see the hallmarks on the reverse side of the case. They're still deep and sharp. And then we have inside transitional caliber 3055, automatic winding, 45-hour power reserve, stop seconds with a single quick set. It's free sprung with an overcoil hairspring so that it can be adjusted precisely, and then thanks to the overcoil, it can keep very consistent time in any physical position. It is adjusted in 5 positions as a bare movement and then certified as a COSC Swiss chronometer. It is a 27-joule movement. It was the first generation of, quote, high beat movement inside a Day-Date, beating at 8 beats per second. It was also the first to have the quick set, so a couple of famous firsts with this movement. And of course, it is all Rolex. Primary differences between this and the later 3155 being the single quick set, the single-sided balance cock, and then 27 joules rather than the later 31. So you can chart some of the changes through the years comparing this to a later watch. That said, Tridors are few and far between. Starting with the base price of the white gold Day-Date, there was the addition to get the Tridor Bracelet. And a lot of folks didn't see a reason to pay the premium when they could have full yellow gold for the same money during the greed is good era of the 1980s. As a result, both single quick set and double quick set Tridors are exceptionally rare. To find one in this condition, scarcer still. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for pricing details.